Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Tonight we're making chicken, bacon, ranch, broccoli casserole. Oh my gosh, homemade ranch dressing. So I'm about to whip together the dressing, which actually calls for a half a cup of sour cream, a half a cup of mayonnaise, we're gonna put in a tablespoon of white vinegar, and I just used plain white vinegar. It didn't say white wine vinegar, so I'm not sure how white wine vinegar would work out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use, I already prepped 3 garlic cloves, a couple of tablespoons of fresh parsley if you have it. I did not. So I'm using a couple of tablespoons of dried parsley. Actually, I think 1 tablespoon is fine since it's dried parsley. That'll be okay. And then to taste, you're just gonna do probably, it says a half a teaspoon, but I'm just gonna be a little chicken, cayenne pepper. Start small, you can always add later. Just a little salt and pepper to taste. And then we're going to whip this together. After we do that, we're going to set it aside so that we're going to use it in our dish. That looked great. This is way better than the store-bought ranch dressing, because those dressings tend to have way too many carbohydrates because of the added sugars. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, so here we are after frying 4 pieces of bacon. Part 2 of our casserole calls for saving the grease or the fat. It's probably a better way to say it. And then we're just going to saute our chicken in the bacon fat. All right, be right back. All right, so I have my pan ready to go. My bacon fat is there. And I'm gonna add my chicken. You probably saw earlier my broccoli, because it calls for 12 ounces of broccoli. It can be fresh broccoli, it can be frozen broccoli, but if you do use the frozen broccoli, be sure that you drain all the water off. Actually, what I did was I bought some fresh broccoli from Trader Joe's, and I froze it because I wasn't going to use it right away. And I just microwaved it, added about, I want to say 8 ounces of white mushrooms, sliced them up to the microwavable bowl so I could use them in the casserole because I had some mushrooms I needed to use up. Plus we love mushrooms. So we went ahead and cooked that for about 4 minutes in the microwave and drained it. We're gonna saute the chicken, which we used 1.5 pounds of chicken breast. I like to buy the organic chicken breast. And so we cut them into little pieces, maybe an inch a piece, something like that. And sauteing it for about 10 minutes, just to cook it through in the bacon fat. And here's the bacon, nice and crispy. And so when my chicken's done, we'll come back and it'll be relatively quick after that because we've already made our ranch dressing. And I'm just here to tell you guys that dressing is the bomb. It's so, so good. Also, I had my oven preheated to 375. because once we put it all together, it's going to be in the oven for about 20 minutes. So hang tight, guys. We'll be back. Okay, so I cooked the chicken for about 7 minutes. You'll know just when your chicken is not pink in the middle anymore. So anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes should be sufficient. So now what we're going to do is add the chicken to a greased 9 by 13 inch pan, along with my broccoli and my mushrooms. So I have a slotted spoon here. So you don't want to add the liquid from your pan. That would just make it too juicy. All right, so this takes me just a few minutes to do that. And when I add in the bacon and the broccoli mushroom mix, I'll come back and show you the rest of this process. Okay, so I have added the chicken, all of the broccoli, 2/3 of the cheddar cheese. Now, I don't know if I said it, but there's a cup of cheddar cheese that you're going to use in this, and a 1/2 cup of mozzarella. So I went ahead and added the, some of my stuff is coming out of my pan, 5-second rule. Put it back in there. Everything's clean, we washed everything, so we're good. But you're just gonna mix it all in there. 2/3 of the bacon is also in there, you guys, with this extremely, extremely yummy, 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 yummy ranch dressing. You guys could use this ranch dressing just for regular salads, or if you wanted to use it to dip your chicken wings in. It's that good. So once we blended everything in here really well, I'm gonna go ahead and top my casserole with the remaining 2/3 slices of bacon. And if you recall, I used 4 slices of bacon, fried it in the pan really good. And so the remaining 1/3 of everything else is going to go right on top, you guys. So here's my cheddar cheese that I'm just sprinkling on top, and my mozzarella, kind of mixing that in, and the remaining bacon that we went ahead and fried in the pan. So we're just gonna crumble that on top of this delicious casserole. I can't wait to taste this. This looks so good. So I'm gonna put it in the oven, and we're gonna bake it for about 25 minutes. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so while my casserole is baking, I decided that I wanted to add something on the side as a side dish. I'm putting about a tablespoon of avocado oil to the pan because I'm gonna make the cauliflower rice. It's kind of cool because the cauliflower rice has very few calories. It's something like 20 calories per, I don't know, 3/4 cup. So, like I did before, I love the taste of shallots and garlic together. So I'm just gonna stir fry this until it gets a little soft in my pan. I prepped my onions, my shallots, and my garlic ahead of time. And I'm going to be adding in 20 ounces of the rice cauliflower. These are 10-ounce bags. So everybody will get, this hopefully will last me for 2 dinners, because with the casserole, which is a serving of 6, I intend on linking for everything that I've made for the last couple of weeks on each of the recipes I've done. So you guys can see the macros, the calories. I just haven't done it yet. But don't worry, I'm going to do it. This smells so yummy, you guys. I'm just going to continue to stir fry this until it, gets soft enough. Add my cauliflower and we will be back. Okay, so my rice cauliflower is in the pan after I've already sauteed the shallots, and I just used one whole shallot for 20 ounces. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did cook the frozen cauliflower, which I actually just picked up from Sprouts, but Walmart's has it as well. And then I cooked it according to the back of the package first. Set it aside. Added, like I said, probably a tablespoon or so of my avocado oil, which I really enjoy because it just adds the necessary fats you need when you're on keto. And I'm going to go ahead and season this to taste with a little sea salt. I was thinking about it too because some people who may not eat animal products, how you might adjust this recipe to your taste. So I would probably suggest that you could buy some of the seitan, I think that's how you pronounce it, seitan, which is vegan, and kind of fry that up maybe in some olive oil or some avocado oil, and so that you can use the grease. So just try that and see how that goes, because here in my house I try and cut back on the red meat, but we don't always eat vegan or vegetarian. But when I do, I'll go ahead and purchase meat for my family. I make sure that the meat is organic. No hormones, no antibiotics, no sugar added. So keep that in mind, you guys. I'm trying to make it so that whether you eat meat or don't, that you could adjust it. Now, I'm not sure what you use for the chicken and to replace it, but I think there's a couple of brands out there that have vegan chicken-like meat. I think Quorn is one of them. That might be an alternative for you. I haven't done it like that, but you just for a serving of 6 would use 1.5 pounds. All right, so when this is done, I'll be back and we'll show you the final product. All right, so my casserole has finished baking, and in my oven, it didn't take a full 25 minutes. I stopped it at about 20 minutes. And so right there on the stove, you see the cauli rice that I made with 1 shallot and a couple of cloves of garlic, sauteing it in my avocado oil, and the delicious looking, I'll let you know how good this is, but this keto bacon, chicken, ranch, broccoli casserole smells divine. So, like I said, stay tuned. I'll let you know if the family loved it. All right, bon appetit. Bye, friends. So here it is plated up. We're about to sample this. I really hope the family enjoys it. I'll let you know later. Bon appetit.
Hey guys, just telling you how great that dinner was. It was fantastic. The chicken was tender and juicy, and the homemade ranch was flavorful. The bacon was crispy. The cauliflower rice was just really tasty, and it sent the meal over the edge. I'm nice and full, and I can't wait for you guys to try it. Tell us what you think in the comments. Super good.